Hey, it's Grover with Old Ones with Dice. Today we're going to be talking about Blackout again, specifically the Manticor Strikeforce expansion. So this goes along with your existing Manticor Boars units. Gives you a little bit different units to play with. So stick around. Let's open this up and see what you get. Today we're going to be talking about this is the Manticor Strikeforce expansion. Now this goes and expands these guys. This is the Manticor Boars group. This came in the original two-player starter set that I went with. I'm already fairly familiar with these guys. Some of them are painted up, not all of them, but let's see if we get a little bit. Very distinctive looking models. Heavily armored, not real fast, heavy firepower, a lot of focus on their offensive and their saves. They don't have a whole lot of movement shenanigans, which some of the armies do, but it's kind of one of their limitations. There might be some things in this expansion that will help them with that. We'll see. I've kind of glanced at it a little bit. We're going to take a closer look. This particular set, these are metal models. I have, there's three different types of models you can get from Blackout. There's the original 3D prints, which is what these are. There are spin cast that are out there, and then there's the metal models. These were on sale for about $40, so I'm not 100% sure if they're being discontinued. Let's take a look. This is my first metal model, so I'm not 100% familiar with how they look or what the flashing is. You know, it all depends on the quality of those molds. As those molds through time, they kind of get, the tolerances go bad and they start getting loose. So let's take a look. So opening it up, standard box in a box. Oh, there it is. All right. So we got 3 bags with minis, and there are 3 separate units available. Now, how this works is you know, if you're playing a 3-card plus a handler, these would swap out one of your cards that already came with your Manticor Boars. They will have the advantage that they're going to be able to use any of the special abilities that the Manticor Boars group already has. Their armory, their battle drills, they are going to have access to that, unlike your handlers or blacklist units. Now, let's take a look. Not real, a little tough to figure out. All right, so we've got 3 units. So we got the Manticor Boars group. This is the Sitka Bravo. As you can see, still 4 movement, hitting on 6s, short range with that submachine gun, but with the boarding axe with AP3, 2-inch range on that attack. But the big thing is going to be that 2-4 armor save. That combined with perhaps their thorax shields, which is one of their battle drills that they can do. That takes a command point. Rolling 3 saves, rolling saving on a 4+. That makes them pretty, they can get out there, take some risks with them. Get them into close combat. They do have the special keyword of powered. Not 100% sure what that means. Let's see, the next we've got the Manticor Ubiista. I don't know, someone can try to pronounce that. So again, now these guys have they have a 6-inch movement. The heavy rifle with only a 12-inch, but AP3, which is pretty devastating if they get a shot off. They've got the boarding axe, so kind of close combat beasts. Now their armor save is not as good as some of the other guys. A lot of the Manticor Boars are going to be, let me look at the other ones. I think a lot of them save on 4-ups. Yeah. So these are kind of their lightweight, being able to run, grab the objective, get in close. Most, as you can see, most of your previous Manticor Boars are going to be saving on a 4-up. So these guys, they have that faster movement, not quite as good. They have that lighter armor. So these are your guys who are going to be able to run around, get an objective. If you find yourself like with playing these guys and you're like, I need some more movement, these are kind of units you're going to take. So you got the control group. So control group and let's see. I'm sorry, that was the boots. Yeah, you go ahead and pronounce that. So we get the focus. Yeah, I'm not sure what, I'm not going to try to pronounce that anymore. So there's that and a control team that goes with that. They have that similar stats. Heavily rifle with a 12-inch range, AP3, which is pretty devastating. Both units will have that boarding axe. Now the control team, they are low tech. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I assume that has to do with hacking or some of the other data attacks. But they have specialists. So much like I'm used to with my Harlow, they have that ability that one unit may be activated after this unit without spending a control point. So this allows you to, these guys go and do their thing. The next, you can select another unit rather than passing into your opponent. You get to move it. You get to activate a second unit. Very useful in the game to have two of your units activating in sequence. Let's see. Now this is the standard one, and again, just low tech, no specialists in there. So I'm going to guess these guys are all going to look alike. These guys are the beasts. As you can see, that 2/4 armor save, got that heavy shielding. Special rules, just powered. So let's take a look, see if we can find these models, take a closer look. Now these guys have that, it's kind of hard, let's see if I can focus in. They got that triangular helmet. So that's going to help me figure out which one's which. These are the guys with the shields. So we've got a little oval egg-shaped slot and a notch. Now looking at the detail, let's see if we can get close up. It's a little hard to tell on the, the silver on silver, but looking in person, yeah. I'm not seeing a lot of flashing that's going to have to get cleaned up on these. They look pretty solid, maybe a little bit on the bottom of the feet, but overall, pretty good. So keep these, one of these smaller weapons. Let's see if they are. Yeah, it's going to take some, yeah, this is a submachine gun. Yeah, it's going to take some trial and error to see who fits what. So this guy, all right, that guy looks like it fits pretty good. So this guy, he's got the binoculars, so I'm guessing he's going to come with, or he's got the night vision built in. And again, let's take a look. Let's see if we can get that to focus. In this day and age, not a lot of people are used to using pewter. Before you try gluing these or painting them or doing anything with them, make sure you wash these with some warm soapy water. There's going to be an oil that is applied to the inside of these molds that helps it release. It's a releasing agent. It will be on these. You need to make sure you definitely need to wash these. Also, make sure you're using a decent primer. I usually use my Vallejo spray-on primer without any problems, and we'll see if there's any changes as I go to prime these up. So I'm going to guess this guy with a shield. I'm going to divide these guys up a little bit here. So this is, you got 2 on that card. So that means there's 2 of these guys. There's no specialists in there. So they're all the same. So we're looking for, here we go, guy with, let's see, we have 2, and we have 2 different poses for these guys with that triangular helmet. That is not a big area for that to glue together. That might be a little tricky. All right, here we got a couple. All right, here's we have some pieces we're going to have to snip off. So you can see this is a pair of arms. It's going to have to match up with somebody. All right. And you can kind of see this is that submachine gun that goes with the Sitka Bravo. You can see underneath here, there's definitely some flashing around that magazine in the front handle. That, come on, focus. There's definitely some flashing. It's going to have to clean up on the bottom of that arm. There's definitely some flashing. Small files, emery boards, they'll clean up just like plastic. You know, you can actually, pewter's generally soft enough. You can get away with using X-Acto knives and stuff. Sharp, you know, kind of that edge. Soften those up. Assuming these guys go together. Why am I? It's interesting. I have both bodies. I'm assuming these two are going to go. I'm going to guess. All right. So this guy's got one with a heavy rifle. So one there. Yeah. Oh, there's binoculars too. So I'm going to guess these three are going to go here. And then these two, I'm going to redivide these out, make it a little easier for me to build them. But okay, and this guy's got the axe. So this is, he matches the picture a little bit more. He's kind of holding it up, his head up, like he's communicating. And again, let's take a look. Oh, he's got that long braid down the back. Interesting detail there. So like braid for the hair. Interesting. I think that might be female. Hard to tell. I'm guessing that might be a female commander. Yeah, definitely, there's a little bit more cleanup than I'm used to with the 3D prints. I am really spoiled by 3D prints, the lack of cleaning up you have to do, maybe a few sports. Anything that's molded these days, I kind of like. But realistically, it is what it is. Definitely detail. Why go with pewter? A, I wanted to check them out. I wanted to see what these guys look like. You know, honestly, I'm of a certain age. I remember pewter miniatures, and I really enjoy that heft that you get picking up a pewter miniature, and just, it's got a weight to it. I don't know if you have any questions. Go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I like the Manticor boards group. I do not play them. My primary faction I do is the Harlow, but these guys are cool. They've got some really cool abilities. Their battle drills, that smoke is crazy. They have a smoke that they can see through. No one else can. Pretty nasty. They're able to basically, because of their heavy armor, they're able to grab an area and it's theirs. Between the smoke, their heavy armor, they're hard to get out of an area. So while some of the other factions might have a little bit more ability, these other units, these are going to give you a little bit more mobility. You know, being able to get around. There's no jumps, which is one of the things, as far as I know, there's no jumps. That might be something you're going to look at from one of your, if you need a jump ability, get up on top of buildings, depending on how your terrain looks. That might be where you're going to go with your hand, you know, with a handler with jump or something else. So anyway, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Do you guys play Manticor? What's your favorite faction? I'm honestly questioning, like, what factions are people playing? These are the two factions I have, which is Harlow and Manticor. I'm definitely interested in some of the other ones, some of the new ones that just came out. But what should I look at next? You know, I have an option to be able to pick up another box, see if I can get my hands on another box and open it up. You know, what do you want to see before you buy? And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. So until next time, this has been Grover at Old Ones with Dice.